Other chaps. So I thought I'd make a little informative video here of, I often get the question of customers coming in here and their motors are overheating and they can't understand why. It's all blocked up and they tell me they flush it every single time they use the motor and they can't understand why it's so badly salted up. So just a little bit of information on how outboard's water system works, and not a lot of people understand it and why, what happens. So the common thing of guys flushing their outboard motors, they will start their motors, let it run for 5 minutes, and the common trick is put your hand under the telltale and taste the water. Once the water is fresh, they think they're done flushing the motor because there's no more salt inside the motor. Okay, outboard water system works. So what happens when you start your outboard motor? Your water pump sits in the lower unit, sucks water up, goes up the leg of the motor, and it comes in through that hole. Okay. Then it will travel around the exhaust system to keep the exhaust system cool. Once it gets there, it will trickle into the cylinder head itself, but it will only trickle in there to a certain extent. To understand why, you've got to understand what happens here. So if you're running your outboard motor for 5 minutes on the earmuffs, you've got ice cold water pumping into this motor for 5 minutes and it doesn't even stand a chance of getting hot. And in order for it to get hot properly, the thermostat's got to open, therefore letting water through into the water jackets into the cylinder head, which comes through the top. If that thermostat does not get hot enough and does not open, your water is not circulating through your cylinder head. Okay, so then what happens? I've got to open it up, and once again here's a little video of how we got to scrape out the salt. There is no way that you're going to get that out with using salt away. Anything I've seen guys use vinegars, they've tried everything, nothing takes it out. Okay, so what's the principle of the thing? You've got to flush this motor properly. What a lot of guys do is, like I say, they only started for 5 minutes and that's it. They think they're done. Okay, there's a trick to this, guys. You've got to start this motor and get it warm enough to open the thermostat. Like I said, the thermostat that sits here and lets the water through. In order for that to happen, you've got to run this motor at, let's say, half throttle for a minimum of 10 to 15 minutes before it gets hot enough. If you're not doing that, you're just wasting your time. What's going to end up happening, once again, I'll show you here a cylinder head picture of how bad it is caked up and what the process is of cleaning it. Okay, you're going to end up paying somebody like me a lot of money to, well, I won't say a lot of money, but quite a substantial amount of money to strip it and clean it out. Now, 90% of the time what happens is, when we've got to remove these covers, because it's so corroded and so badly salted up, you'll see the bolts snap off. So there's more time on your labor rate that I've got to stand here now, draw these bolts out, rethread them, buy new bolts, replace all the gaskets. Yeah, I'm going to swap over here quickly to show you the amount of gaskets you need here. There we got new head gaskets, new exhaust plate gaskets, new cylinder head gasket, new thermostats, and then yeah, simple process of the clean head needs to go back on, and this is the process we've got to follow to try and clean this out. As you can see, this is looking a lot better than what it did when I took it off. I got to let it stand with some salt away and some chemicals to eat it out, and then no simple process other than scraping it out. But yeah guys, if this has helped you in any way, please give us some feedback. Be cool.